Hi, welcome to Harmony with Su-Lynn. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create a simple rig structure for a character. We'll start by making an arm and leg breakdown. The asset you'll need is a simple character design in a neutral front pose. So let's start. Here's my character Cholula. Draw your character in the line art layer. To begin with, we just need one side of an arm and leg. If you'd like to know more about the dynamic drawing tools, check out my tutorials on the pencil tool and brush tool. I usually start with a sketch. You can either trace the arm from the sketch or draw the arm on a separate drawing layer from scratch. Here's the line drawing of the arm. We'll break down the arm first. Keep the arm drawing as neutral as possible, as most of the posing can be done with deformers. And just to recap, in cutout animation, the breakdown is the action of breaking a character into pieces to create a puppet with articulations. To break down the character, the animator cuts parts such as hands and arms from the character's model and pastes them in separate layers. Use the Select tool or Cutter tool to cut the hand, lower arm, and upper arm into pieces and place them in separate layers. Use shortcut Command R to make a new drawing, name it, cut the piece from the main drawing, Command X, and paste it, Command V, into the new drawing layer. Repeat for the other pieces. You should have 3 pieces, the hand, lower arm, and upper arm. Unlike the previous method of character breakdown that added a cap to the pieces, the new method creates additional and separate circular articulation pieces for the wrist, elbow, and shoulder. Start with the elbow. Place the drawing in between the lower arm and upper arm. Use the preset Ellipse tool. Set the pencil size to match up with the line art and constrained proportions. Precision is important in this method of breakdown, so take your time to position it perfectly to match with the width of the lower and upper arm pieces. The elbow joint should be as centered as possible between the 2 pieces. You can use the Select tool, select the pieces, and change pencil size in the Tool Properties panel to match up with the rest of the design. For the wrist and shoulder, repeat the process. You can copy and paste the circle shape and scale it smaller for the wrist. Hold, Shift and Option and drag the edge of the circle to scale from the central pivot point. Scale it bigger for the shoulder, but for my rig, I'm going to make it more of an oval shape. You might need to go in and tidy up the end of the lines so they match up perfectly. Once you have all the pieces, let's check they are ready to add color. Shortcut K to show stroke. You can see that there are gaps in the pieces where we see the yellow points. Use the Close Gap tool to seal the open ends of the hand, lower arm, and upper arm. When using the Close Gap tool, start drawing the stroke close to the yellow point on one end. It doesn't actually matter where you draw in between the points, as long as you are close to the yellow point at the closing end. You will then get a perfect join with a straight edge. The closed edge must be straight. Repeat for all other ends of hand, lower arm, and upper arm. Don't forget, for the hand, you can make substitution drawings, but they will also have to be aligned correctly with the circular wrist joint. Check out my tutorial on substitution drawings. A useful test is if the arm piece can be rotated all the way around the circle and match the circle width. Now select the individual pieces and make color art from line art. You must add color in the color art layer. Once this is done, take a look at the node view and make sure the layer order goes from the hand piece at the top of the composite to the left, through to the shoulder piece at the bottom of the composite to the right. Let's continue with the leg breakdown. We can take the leg drawing layer and break it down into pieces for the foot, lower leg and upper leg. Ensure that we keep the drawing as neutral as possible so it can be posed later using deformers. Let's add the articulation pieces that are essentially circle shapes for the ankle, knee and hip pieces. Start with the knee, position the new drawing between the lower leg and upper leg. Use the ellipse tool. Adjust the pencil size in the Tool Properties panel, or select and match the pencil width for the line art afterwards. Constrain proportions by holding Shift. You need to be very accurate on the width of the circle for this method to work. Repeat for the ankle and hip by copying the knee joint and pasting it into the two new drawings for the ankle and hip. Adjust and tidy up the end of the lines using the contour editor and pencil editor. Test if the lower leg piece can be rotated around the circle and keep to the circle width. To close the gap on the foot, lower leg and upper leg, use the Close Gap tool. Be confident and make sure you are close to the yellow points at the start and end of the gap. It doesn't matter where you wander in between the points, but it must have a straight edge finish. Next, make color art from line art. Drop in the color art layer. The drawing layer order on the composites, starting to the left, should be the foot, ankle, lower leg, knee, upper leg, and hip. Super easy, and that's it for character breakdown. In the next tutorial, we will cover the peg hierarchy and advanced auto patch system for this rig. You can also check out my tutorial on advanced auto patch. See you next time!